going on, guys? It's Jake, and whether you like it or you don't, I think pretty much everybody can say that Beyblade Burst Turbo has overall been kind of meh. We have some really cool things about it, like the actual TV show, and then the Rail Rush Stadium. I still think that idea is kind of cool. And then we have the bad things about it. I still don't understand how you make Achilles A4 your main protagonist's Beyblade just so terrible. And at least for me, seeing some of these meh releases kind of makes me scared for the future stuff we're supposed to be getting, because think about it, if Achilles A4 is so nerfed and honestly pretty terrible, then what about Dead Hades or Dead Phoenix or even the Cho-Z bays like Cho-Z Valkyrie, Spriggan, and Achilles? What are they going to do to them? Well, guys, we actually have a bit of a news update, and then we're going to move on to what the potential future of Beyblade Burst Turbo can be because of this update. So, let's just get right into it. If you guys remember, about a month ago-ish, I actually made a video talking about Asteroid Zutron Z3, and this Beyblade I'm about to talk about is very similar to that, and you're gonna see why. But first, Nook Nation, let's get this video to 1,000 likes, because the future of Beyblade Burst Turbo is looking really interesting after this. So Asteroid Zutron Z3, really weird Beyblade because we already had Galaxy Zutron Z4, and then we got Asteroid Zutron. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. We're having another one of those because there was an update to the Hasbro toy shop, the actual website, and we can see a tied Treptune T3. What? In one of the first dual packs that released with Turbo, we saw Spiral Treptune T4, which was the Hasbro version of Screw Trident, and for the most part, they did a pretty decent-ish job. The driver, which is Wedge, was changed to have that slingshot gimmick. We did not get a frame, which kind of sucks, but we still got 8, and then the actual layer itself looks pretty close, except they took out the gimmick. But I don't really think a lot of people cared about the Screw Trident gimmick anyways, so I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Well, with tied Treptune T3, we are getting 8, which is good. We are getting the bump frame, which is great. They're finally bringing that over. And then we have tied Treptune itself, which, while it doesn't look similar to Screw Trident, I think it actually looks really good. I think they went with a really good color scheme here, and this might actually have the gimmick, and I'm not sure if it does or not, but if it does, that's another cool thing. And then we move on to the turbo-tastic part of the Beyblade, and I say this so much because every Beyblade that has something really good in it always has something really bad. Hasbro, you need to fix it. Stop doing this. But for the performance tip, and instead of getting literally anything good, they give us Edge. To Hasbro, I don't really know what you were thinking. I know that Wedge and Edge might sound similar, but they are not similar at all. So, can we actually get some good performance tips in upcoming days? Thanks. So this Beyblade is just really weird, and I'm thinking, why are they releasing these? Why are they releasing tied Treptune, Asteroid Zutron? I don't get it. What's the point if we are already getting these Beyblades with slingshot? But this is going to bring me to my next point, which is the fact that I think that Hasbro is actually going to turn Beyblade Burst Turbo around a little bit and give some of the things that us fans are really looking for. And I say this because, if you guys aren't aware, the Beyblade Burst app actually updated, and now Valtryek V5 and Dead Hades are in the app, and I would include some pictures or some gameplay, but I'm not trying to get a copyright strike here, so we're just going to talk about it instead. But Valtryek V5, or Cho-Z Valkyrie, is actually in the app now, and it's not, at least for right now, a slingshot Beyblade. It's a switch strike. And I know that there's a lot of you guys out there that like Slingshock, and I like it a little bit too, but with Valtryek V5, the Cho-Z Beyblades with Dead Hades, I don't think that it could really fit, because these Beyblades, not really so much Dead Hades, but the Cho-Z ones, Valkyrie, Achilles, and Spriggan, they don't really have a crazy amount of metal on them. They're just a lot of plastic. They're really thick, they have gimmicks, they just have a lot of plastic stuff going on. And what is Hasbro going to do? Just cut parts of the layers off? I don't think so, because in the app, the bays look the exact same. And since it could be Switch Strike and not Slingshock, this means that they could actually have their gimmicks. Cho-Z Valkyrie could actually have the wing gimmicks that pop out, and while I don't think that we're going to be getting the burst stopper, just having any gimmick at all in Turbo is a pretty good thing. And this brings us to our last point, which is the New York Toy Fair. And this year was actually really different for Hasbro, because typically they take this opportunity, for Beyblade at least, to show off a lot of the upcoming year's stuff. So we saw at last year's Toy Fair, I think we saw Balkesh, we saw Spryzen, we saw a lot of that. But at this Toy Fair, we saw the Cross Collision Battle Set and the Shark Launcher. That's it. Now, sadly, I did not go to the New York Toy Fair, so I wasn't able to get any pictures or any video, but everything we've seen already besides those two releases, a new set and a new launcher, which are both going to be coming out in the fall. So where's the Cho-Z Beyblades? Where, like Valtryek that we just saw in the app? Where's Geist Fafnir? Where's Dead Phoenix? We're not seeing any of that, which is making me think that Hasbro might be going back to the drawing board and really redoing a lot of their Beyblades. Maybe. I'm thinking that maybe Valtryek V5 or in Geist Fafnir were going to actually be Slingshock Beyblades that were super nerfed and super stripped down to fit the gimmick. Maybe they're going back and fixing it or changing it to be Switch Strike instead. I don't really know, guys. Overall, we are in a really weird time for Beyblade Burst Turbo, just like where we were for Cho-Z. If you guys don't remember, Beyblade Burst Cho-Z started off really strong, then kind of lulled for a while, and then started to really pick up. And that's the same thing that's kind of happening for Turbo here. I just hope that the bays actually do pick up, and they're not just the same things that we've been getting for a little while now. Because Hasbro, if you change it and your bays are really good to finish out the series, then I think that Turbo and Beyblade in general has a pretty solid future. But that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. If you liked it, make sure you hit that like button down below. Once again, we are trying to get to 1,000 likes. And tell me in the comments what you think the future of Beyblade Burst Turbo could be. I'm pretty worried, but I am pretty optimistic. But I will see you guys in the next one. Have fun and bay away.